Hello, it's Bob Snyder with Snyder Soapbox, and today we've got a review of the ESV Large Print Thinline Reference Bible in genuine leather, and this one's black. Comes in a nice clamshell case. Should keep this for storing your Bible so you don't destroy the thing. This particular Bible is Smith sewn, the spine is, so it's flexible and durable. It has a perimeter line around the cover, so it's not perimeter stitched, but it has a decorative perimeter line. It is gilt, gold gilt, and the spine is hot stamped as well. We've got a black ribbon marker, and we've got gold and black head and tail bands. The corners are rounded, the spine appears to be rounded. This one is printed and bound in China, and it's case bound. It's not an edge-line Bible, but like I said, this Bible is a good value, right? So if you're looking for a large print or a giant print, usually when you get a large print Bible, the thing starts getting thicker, right? So you got a thick, heavy Bible you got to carry around. Well, this is a thin line and it's a large print, so you get a 10.5 size font with a thin line format like this. So you can see it's not a ginormous Bible, right? And let's see here, I'll show you compared to, okay, let's see here. This is a local church Bible publisher Bible in King James, and it's pretty hefty. We put them side by side, they're about the same size that way, but as far as the thickness goes, this thin line's a lot thinner. The pages are laid out in a double column format, paragraph format, not verse format, and the print, like I said, is a 10.5 size font. The cross references, instead of being in a center column, they're on the footer of the page. I know a lot of you are like me and you're used to having the cross references in the center column, and this kind of layout does give them the ability to arrange the text in such a way to where they can go with a 10-point size font and not waste, because you know the center column ones, you could waste a lot of space in those center columns for exhaustive cross references. I wouldn't say this has an exhaustive cross reference system. There's some cross reference Bibles like the TBS. There's the other big one. I can't remember if it's Windsor or, I probably got the name wrong, but they have one that has like over 200,000 cross references in it. This one's not going to be that extensive. This also has a concordance in the back, so if you like concordances, we got a concordance, which is real helpful, and it's got some maps, you know, your typical ESV Crossway maps that you see. I'm not a big map guy when it comes to Bibles, not like a feature that I have to have in a Bible. For me, I like to have a good quality paper. This is on par with what Crossway's used in the past on these Bibles that, you know, they're not their premium Bibles. They're premium ones, like many of the other premium ones are made by Youngblood in the Netherlands. The cover on this, I was pretty surprised, because usually when you get like a genuine leather Bible around 50 bucks, it's pigskin leather and it's shiny and it feels like plastic and it's not very flexible, right? Well, this appears to be pretty flexible, even though it's like I said, it's a paste down or a case bound Bible, and the flexibility is because of the way that you have a Smith sewn spine, and the cover itself is made out of a decent leather, so no problems there. The corners look all right as far as their crimping goes. I imagine it's all mechanical. I don't imagine there's people involved in that process, but I could be wrong. It's not like I'm there in the factory in China watching them make the Bibles, right? I'm just really impressed with what you get for the price. I'd like to see Crossway move their printing of their budget line to like South Korea, because I know there's a Bible publisher over there that some other American companies, American Bible publishers are using to print and bind Bibles. I'd like to see that, just because of the problems we have with you know, the ethical problems of doing business with oppressive, tyrannical, communist regime. Then again, you know, I also understand that, hey, some of those Bibles might not make it out of the country. Some of those people are only going to get a Bible because there's a Bible being produced there. So, I get it. I get why you would still want to make Bibles in China. So I'm not knocking Crossway for their decision. It's just like I said, if I had my preference, I'd rather buy a Bible that's not made in China. You really can't buy much that's not made in China. I just think that it's important to try to make an effort to buy things. Even if it's not made in the USA, find something that's not made in China, but good luck, This review isn't about being Berry compliant. When you buy something that's a Berry compliant American-made project, the law states that if it says Berry compliant on it, that means that all of the things in the manufacture of that were sourced here in America. Like if you were to buy a pair of boots and they said they're Berry compliant, it means the stuff they use to make the laces, the stuff they make the sole out of, the stuff they make the uppers and lowers out of, it's all made here, right? You're not going to find that very often. There's not too much that's Berry compliant. You can find stuff that's made in America out of foreign source materials and so on and so forth. But as far as the Bibles go in this country, we're pretty much at a stage where we don't make Bibles here anymore, and I think that's a shame. I also think it's a danger when we're relying on other countries to print what we ask them to print and what we're paying for them to print. So I'd like to see some of that come back to the States and less of it done in China. But Crossway's got their reasons for doing it, and I'm not knocking them. That's my own personal opinion. But this Bible itself, like I said, I don't think you can do better for the money. It's a real decent, flexible, thin line, large print, 10.5 size font. So with my reading glasses on, this is real comfortable to read. I don't have a problem. I wish the paper was a little more opaque, but what do you want for 55 bucks? I know the list price is closer to $85 on the box, but as usual, your retail prices are lower usually. Even on Crossway's site, you can pick this Bible up for a lot less than what the list price is on the box. That being said, if you're in the market for a thin line, large print Bible with cross references, I don't think you're going to do much better than this for the money. If you wanted to get a different translation and spend a little more, you could probably get something like that. But I know as far as the English Standard Version goes, I really like the English Standard Version. I don't have a problem using it. I like the NASB, don't like the 2020 NASB, and I'm a real big fan of the Legacy Standard Bible that's just been published. So that being said, I know that people are waiting for the LSB to decide whether they want to switch to it, and other people, they don't care. They don't care what's coming out. They are hardcore ESV fans, and they like the translation because it's not changing. And I agree. As long as they don't go tweaking it all the time, I like it too. And when you have so many different options out there, it really does come down to price and what you get for the price a lot of the times. And again, since everything's made in China, it's like, well, you don't really have an option. If you want a Bible for under $100 and you want these features, well, what are you going to do? I mean, all of your options are pretty much going to come from China. You're not going to have a non-Chinese option. If you do, it's not common. It's not one that everybody knows about. If you do know of an American Bible publisher that publishes other translations than the King James, let me know. I'd like to know about that, and I'd like to know where they're published. I think the BSB is printed and bound in America. I'm pretty sure. So that would be a good one, and their paper is real thick on that. But I'm not aware of too many others. So you guys could leave a comment if you know of some other American Bible publishers that are still in business and making decent quality Bibles. So at any rate, without further blabbering and blathering on about it, if you need a thin line that's not going to weigh you down, and you also need to have bigger print, bigger font. This is the Bible for you. Great value. Wouldn't hesitate to purchase that one. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Whoops, almost dropped it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.